Hey, thanks for checking in with us here at the Better Business Bureau serving New Mexico and Southwest Colorado. We have a special treat for you today as Chris Sweetin with Triskelion Group of New Mexico has welcomed us in his doors over here and given us a quick little tour of the facility. Chris, thank you so much for letting us come over today. And I just wanted to get to know the Triskelion Group of New Mexico a little bit better. Can you kind of explain what that is and the three branches that are off of that?
Sure. So the Triskelion Group was founded in 2018, but I started my first company in 2014 when I retired out of the military. I was a combat search and rescue and special operations flight engineer, and I saw a problem with security. Started a training company in 2014, right after I retired, and that was called 3D Security Training Solutions. 2 years later, my business partner, John, jumped on board with me and we started a second company because we were asked to provide security. So we called 3D Security Services Group. 2 years after that, people were like, hey, can you do some private investigations work for us? So we're like, yeah, sure. Why not? And we started 3D Security Investigation Services. And that's what we did. And it's called the Triskelion Group of New Mexico. And then everything is owned by the Triskelion Group, and John and I run the Triskelion Group. So Triskelion in Gaelic, because we're truly Irish, you can see with the logo, means continually in motion. And that's what we are. We're continually moving forward. We're continually making our own community and our lives and every place around us better. With what we do. So there's your 2-minute elevator pitch.
I love it. What a great history, though. Fast forward to 2025, and here we are. You were presented with the 2025 Inaugural Brian Baca Memorial Award, representing veteran-owned businesses. Can you just tell us what that award presentation means to you, someone that has known Brian, and just the history behind it?
When I was first heard about the award was going out, it took my breath away. It really did, because I've known Brian for years. I know his family. As a matter of fact, I talked to his brother this morning, and it is very heartfelt. I don't know how else to put it. So when it was brought up, and that you guys were going to do this award for him, I couldn't think of a better person for it, honestly. Put our name in the hat, but I know there's a lot of great companies out there, and I fired and forgot, honestly. And then when I got the email and the phone call, it was a kick in the teeth again. I had to sit back and realize that, somebody that I called a friend, we won that award. Almost brought me to tears. I only have one feeling. So, but yeah, it was very, very emotional for me, to know that we won, something that a guy that stood for everything for veterans. So.
And it's an honor for us to be able to present that to you. Again, this is the inaugural year for that award. Crazy. So forever, you will be known as the first recipient of that. So much more special than even now, Brian.
Just you saying that, I'm getting goosebumps from it.
It means a lot to us as the Better Business Bureau serving New Mexico and Southwest Colorado. Again, Brian, he was an integral part of the history behind what has brought us to our 80th anniversary here in 2025. But you spoke about how you are a veteran business owner. What does that mean to you as far as being veteran owned here in the state of New Mexico?
I first started giving back to my community when I was 16 years old. I joined the first aid squad. I couldn't be on the fire department back home because I wasn't old enough to drive. So the service before self thing has just always been there. I did that until I was 20 years old, and I got tired of going to college. So I said, I'm going to go join the military. And next thing you know, I'm back in college while I was in the military because I learned I needed that degree. But I continued with that and then got into the combat search and rescue role. It kind of brought me back to when I was on the first aid squad, and it just grew from there. And seeing the problem that we saw with that security guard, I couldn't believe it. So I didn't understand how that was the way it was. So I wanted to fix something. And we found, niche, however you want to say it, and started fixing a problem and making our community better. And we're educating people so they understand where to go. And ultimately it is helping the community. Let's face it, we don't have enough law enforcement officers out there. Right. So we've got to be able to help the communities around us to ultimately help law enforcement make it a safer place. That's one of the biggest things for us that, we look at and how we grow it and continue moving forward. It's why we fight so hard to keep those standards. I mean, it's why we're part of the Better Business Bureau. I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but the fact is, being accredited through you guys sets us apart from everybody else. If you don't have your accreditation, get it. All right. Because you need to set yourself apart. And by you guys being that checks and balance, it makes life so much easier for guys like me to say, look, do you want somebody that's actually, holding the standard? And here's a third party that's telling you I've got my stuff in a sock, versus somebody who's not accredited through the Better Business Bureau. Because you guys are that third party that comes in, that's non-biased, that says you either meet it or you don't. If you don't get this rating, and so yes, it's extremely important for us, because we preach those standards. We toe that line. We hold that standard.
And here you are. You're making my job easy over here. But I can't thank you enough for being accredited. It means the world to us to be able to represent these businesses that are doing trustworthy business here in our community that we live in every day. And before we go, I just want to ask you, what's next for Triskelion?
Well, Denver.
All right.
So we have a client that asked us to expand into Colorado. We have a business license in Colorado. Right now, we're waiting on our background checks to go through so we can get our security company license, and then we're off to the races. It started off with 3 locations. It grew to 7 locations just from that one client. We have multiple other clients that we've talked to, and they've already said, the minute you are operational, we're giving our 30 days notice in years. So we have 10 from one client, 3 from another client, and 12 from one other. So I'm already profitable.
How fantastic. Theory,
but
that's what it's all about. It's about the growth, and it's about the vision of being able to climb that ladder and accomplish those goals. Chris, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having us over, and congratulations on being the inaugural recipient of the Brian Baca Memorial Award.
It still takes my breath away.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.